Good afternoon, ladies and gents, boys and girls. Welcome to ESEA season number 12 for MDL. We have alternate attack on the CT side going up against Team Endpoint. My name is Cody Cass. I'm going to be your shoutcast host extraordinaire for the next, well, potentially hour as we go up between the two teams. This is indeed a rematch. Last few times these teams faced off, it was indeed on Vertigo, with alternate attack just edging it out and beating Endpoint. Of course, since then, Endpoint have been able to defeat Havu in the Blast Rising Grand Finals on this map, with some very nice clutch plays from all players. Of course, that game got into OT. Robin now left in a 1 versus 2 against Slacks and Stefan. Let's see what he can do. Bomb goes down. Begins falling back. Doesn't want to give up too much information as he rotates back down towards ramp. Trying to get the headshot angle as he holds on ramp. Gets tapped once, tapped a second time. And he's going to continue going for this. He knows that the bomb's being defused, but some great jiggling there from Slacks does ensure that they secure the round, with Robin falling just after the bomb. So the first round going to be going to our CT side. And as I mentioned, these two teams have indeed battled off on Vertigo relatively recently, just, I believe, around about 14, 15 days ago, in a best of 1 at Blast Rising. 16-13 that game ended, with a less than optimal CT side from Team Endpoint. But their T side is to be feared, there's no question about that. Scrunk up close and personal with this MP9. Looking to do a lot of damage as the smoke dissipates, but it's the guys from Endpoint who managed to trade out that frag. Cressy picks up 2, Slacks with 2 more for his own as well, and now Surreal in a 1 versus 4. Does need to have that MP9, but with Mibrit pushing on up, he is going to pick him out and take him down. A second round for alternate attack. Now, of course, with the lack of commitment into round number 2 from Team Endpoint, they are going to be able to get a full buy off the back of that plant in round number 1. Looks like with Money Max lining himself up for a smoke towards A, we are going to be seeing another push onto the A site. Looks like alternate attack's kind of expecting this though, as we see a 3-man push. Scrunk going to be rushing right behind them, taking down one. Cressy picking up one of his own as well, and Scrunk upgrading himself to an AK. Does run into the fire. A lot of damage going to be dealt. He picks up one more kill, but Crucial trades it back. Now on a 2 versus 3 with a lot of damage dealt to these 2 remaining Endpoint players. It's not going to be easy for them to be able to win this round. It's crucial that Crucial picks up this first frag, if he can find it towards construction, but 2 players double peek him at the same time. Slacks him a bit, want to defend this A site. Stefan's still going to be defending round mid. Isn't fully confident it's going to be A site execute as of yet. They're looking to get started in this best of 1. Still no rounds on the board as of yet. Nice lineup for the smoke there. Molotov, same as well. That forces him a bit back. He's already been dropped down to 23 HP. Now they have a free bomb site to be able to get planted. Crucial, with only 32 seconds on the clock, taps it once, baits out the push, with the Molotov going down as well. They might have to fall back off of this. There is time to be able to get a plant in, but they need to be careful about how they play this. Molotov dissipates. Merbit down to 23 HP. A first frag for Money Max. A second from Crucial. Now Stefan in a 1 versus 1. Finally rotates round towards the A site. Now it's the AK versus the M4. No utility available for Money Max in this situation. Stefan, I think he has an idea right now. Gonna smoke for ramp. Just allowing himself to spot out the head of Money Max, and just 1 bullet will do it. The damage already dealt earlier into the round. And Stefan, he was slow to get started, but he does close it out with 2 kills. His first two kills of the game so far. Another lineup again for Mighty Max. Smoke chucked over towards A, but they've done it round after round so far. So the way they're setting up is looking like this one's a little bit of a bait. Scrunk seems to be falling for it, though. He expects Thomas in this corner. They've clearly done their research against Endpoint on how they play this map. It's not the sort of lineup you would usually go for. A great boost there to allow Robin to open up the round with that first frag onto mid. But that opens up mid. Of course, they don't have the full information of that. Smoke and Molotov forces Thomas back. Now we see the slow play. Team Endpoint, they are giving a lot of respect to aTTaX. They know that this is one of their map picks for a reason. This map very much could go either way. Of course, Endpoint would like to think that they can take this after their win against Hafu, but with that flick from Slacks, it's not looking particularly likely in this round if he continues the momentum that he's currently got built right now. A lot of utility being deployed to be able to block off construction from the CT side. And Endpoint is still undecided on what side they want to go. The bomb now going to begin rotating round towards B. Now, something we usually see is Surreal get into an angle on these steps that stops any form of defense on the B site. Surreal's actually going to be the first one to push. Instead of defending, go straight in for the kill. Molotov going to go down from Cressy. It does land directly on the site. Robin does take quite a bit of damage from that, but is able to get the bomb planted during it. Cressy going to be spotted out. Damage going to be traded back from Robin. But we see this from Scrunk. He's waiting for Surreal to jump down, and wow, he's actually expecting it. Lines up Robin as well on that second frag. And now it's a 2 versus 3. Health advantage going to the way of attack, along with man advantage as well. But Crucial brings it level. If he can take down Slacks in this close engagement, it's a very winnable situation, as it looks like Scrunk is now not even going to attempt this. Saves the AK, knows the economy is not in a fantastic place for the CT side. And they allow Endpoint to pick up their first round of the map. Hopefully for them, the first of many, but still relatively early into this game. Still way too early to be able to call which way this is going to go. Force buy now for alternate attack. Germans are used to this setup from Endpoint, of course. The utility, the way it's been thrown from the T-spawn. The stacks towards A. And Endpoint are using that to their advantage, even though they haven't actually pushed off the back of this, and they've instead gone to B. They're still forcing out the defense from at least 3 players of alternate attack onto the A site. Gives them a significant advantage when they need to move on to B. Of course, less resistance from the enemy. High flash there from Surreal, but not connecting onto anyone. Merbit trying to hide behind the girders, but the bomb is rotated round towards A once again. Endpoint trying to get into the head of alternate attack right now, but doesn't seem that it's fully worked. Thomas waiting for that boost to come on through. The Molotov deployed, and while it doesn't fully connect, does give up some form of position. The boost there from alternate attack didn't work out to full effect. Crucial only getting dropped down to 63 HP. Surreal looking to be the first one to fall. Scrunk up close and personal on MP9, takes down one. A quick flick from Crucial brings us almost level now. 4 versus 3 with a, well, now 3 versus 3. It's about to say with the man advantage going to the way of alternate attack, but now it swings that way again. Crucial taken down. Now Thomas, the chaotic player. At least one of them for Endpoint. Not given enough time. He needs to save this now. Can't afford to die. Not enough time on the clock. So a 4th round going towards alternate attack. And now we see Endpoint once again on a save. A deco buy up for 3. As you see, Mighty Max, Robin, and Surreal picking them up. Crucial, still undecided on how he wants to commit into this round. He's got a pretty level economy with Surreal on the higher end of the team. But the timeout coming on through. Team Endpoint quite early on, most likely going to be calling this one. Doesn't seem to give us that information in chat, unfortunately. It's now been cancelled. There's actually also an attack who called for that timeout. Potentially some tech issues on their end, but now with that fading, we move into round number 6. And it is a full deco buy-up from Team Endpoint, with the exception of Thomas, who saved in that last round. A nade from Stefan here could deal tons of damage, and it does. Takes Surreal down to 33, Thomas to 86. Stefan has to fall back. He can't really take this fight, because if he gets headshotted by Thomas, it could go dreadfully. The site basically left open for them then, but that's not the case. Thomas taken down. Surreal is able to recover that AK. Mighty Max hiding in this corner here. Skrunk has an idea. He kind of knows this, and this is what I'm talking about. When you get this good on a map, like Team Endpoint have, teams are going to start doing their research around you and how you play these rounds. They know this is an eco round from Endpoint, and they're playing it perfectly. Positioning themselves, finding those lurk spots that Endpoint so commonly use. They are able to basically shut them down with borderline no damage traded back. A 5th round for alternate attack, but now a full bite from Endpoint. And while it is usually the T side where we see Endpoint pick up a strong majority of their rounds, quite early on, it looks like they're going to have to hope it goes the other way. Still a lot of time to be able to swing this thing. Skrunk going to get quite aggressive. Thomas going to be waiting for it. He thinks he's got the timing, just hasn't heard the audio cue as of yet. Nade going to be deployed. Skrunk has an idea. I think Thomas can see him. Yeah, just as the smoke begins to dissipate, he does put out his head as he was jiggle peeking on the railing. This could be awesome from Slacks. He does deal damage to Robin now, dropping down to 1 HP. Unfortunate for Slacks, he doesn't get the frag there, but hitting Robin with that wallbang into the leg as well, only barely doesn't do enough damage. Still the man advantage for Endpoint, of course. They need to play as a 5 to be able to really penetrate this B defense, as it has been quite strong round after round. Stefan now going to be the sole holding player. Spots out ahead of Mighty Max, sprays him down, continues that spray transfer onto Thomas now, and that's the B site completely blown open for Endpoint. Flashes, utility, you name it, all going to be deployed onto the site. And the bomb hopefully soon to get planted. This double fire nade from aTTaX, this is actually forcing Endpoint into a really awkward position. Crucial is able to get the bomb down, as just the Molotov doesn't land in the right spot. It takes down one of them, now bringing us to a 3 versus 2. With the damage already dealt to these 3 players, this could be a win for aTTaX. Slacks has been dropped down to 5 HP though, so it's not looking particularly likely. He is going to cross, he is going to try and save this AWP. But not the cleanest of rounds for Endpoint. Robin lucky to still be alive right now. It actually looks like he was thinking about hunting someone down. He's heard the movement from Slacks there, so they know that he's on A. They could try and hunt him if they wanted to, but with the economy that they've got, they don't want to give anything up. Saving these 3 AKs. And Slacks, well, they're going to have to let him save the AWP. 5-2 now. Another full bite for alternate attack. A little bit of damage is going to be dealt to Robin in the early game, along with Surreal as well from that nade. Not particularly substantial, but they're getting aggressive. They're just rushing out onto the B side right now, trying to take these Angels. Slacks is going to be able to trade one back, of course. Boy director doesn't want us seeing that though. Mighty Max ready and waiting for him to be pushed up this hard. And the Molotov deployed does force him off the angle, allowing a safe plant for Max. Slack's just really looking for this information right now, but the aggression from Mighty Max only turns into one kill. Thomas spots out a second in the form of Slacks, and now looking for that third in Skrunks, and he's going to be able to find it. 5-3 is Endpoint. Look like they found their mojo in this map. Took them a couple of rounds. There's no question about that. But now just a 2-round difference. With the CT side on a pistol buy, it's looking more and more likely Endpoint are going to be able to take that to a 1-round difference. As you see a big commitment onto the A site from Endpoint, but they haven't read this fully as of yet. So we can see Skrunk, along with Cressy, they're moving into ladder room. They're trying to get this information. They're trying to get the lurk around the back of Endpoint. Endpoint's still playing this out like it's a full buy round. Of course, they are respecting aTTaX, which is the correct thing to do. They know they are a formidable opponent, but utility now got to go down. Matt's going to be flashing through. Crucial. Somehow hits that shot on Cressy. Had no idea he was there. And an Inkling, another Inkling as well, as he takes down a second Robin through the smoke also. Surreal's the only one who actually picks up someone who's actually visible. Now Stefan in a 1 versus 5, but it's not looking likely at all. He's up against fully automatics and an AWP. Endpoint take a 4th. You see this really kind of standard utility play from Mighty Max at the beginning of every single round. It's not even wasting it, to be honest with you. It just gets in the head of alternate attack where they think, okay, yeah, well, they are just going to be pushing onto A every single time that they throw that utility. Stefan's quite far up right now. Lines up one, isn't able to transfer it into Robin. Cressy picks up a trade, but is it too little too late? That's the real question right now. Utility going to be deployed from Robin to be able to block off, hopefully, the back of the site with Molotov and a flash to boot as well. Now Slacks, a solo defender of the B site. He does get some from a backup. Rips Robin's head clean off his shoulders. The boost there as well. A very large boost. Crucial wasn't expecting that one. Now Thomas in a 1 versus 3. Has to clutch out this round if he wants to bring it level. Knows that Skrunk's there. Takes down one. Looks for the second and third, but gets caught on the orange box and isn't able to rotate round in time. Slack shuts him down and secures themselves a 6th round. Vertigo. A staple map for Endpoint. And clearly one that is safely in alternate attack's playbook as well. They know what they're doing here. Relatively slow round from both sides so far. Of course, we are very early into this, but Endpoint, they're not scared to give up their position here. A lot of confidence just to be able to spray through that smoke to potentially find a frag. Bouncing fragmentation there to be able to drop Mighty Max down to 61, Thomas down to 84. Robin, no real idea where that came from. Another nade going to be deployed to potentially find something inside of construction, but with more and more utility being deployed from alternate attack here, they are going to be able to find all the information they need with that boost. Cressy takes down 2 in the form of Robin and Crucial. But now we need to see the push coming on through for Endpoint. It's a 2 versus 4. We'll make that a 1 versus 4 as Surreal's left now. Does trade one back, but needs to be careful about how he plays this. Bomb is dropped. He needs to recover that, but he's got to look for at least one more pick. A 1 versus 3 is hard to win. 1 versus 2, significantly easier. I think he's only just realised he doesn't have the bomb with him right now. It might be too little too late. As we see that rotation from Stefan. 18 seconds on the clock now. Slacks looking to take down Surreal. And, well, as he dry peaks the angle, it is an easy pick for them. 7-4. Alternate attack now just 1 round away from securing this first half victory. Of course, Endpoint don't want that to happen, of course. But the economy, they can't really put up a real fight here. It's 3 Deagles, 2 PT-50s. And with Robin getting taken on down early into this round. Mighty Max getting spotted out as well, actually. They'll be lucky to get a trade frag here. There's damage dealt to Skrunk, and he is going to get taken down by Thomas. With a little bit of help from Mighty Max. But Murbit's going to be ready for this push, but Thomas checks the angle, knows it perfectly. An easy 1D for him, and 2 weapons easily recoverable. Giving Endpoint now the man advantage and an opportunity here. Looks like they don't want to get too aggressive. As a matter of fact, the weapon might have been dropped off the map. The ragdoll might have thrown it backwards. So only 1 fully automatic still for Endpoint. They really need to find the frag on that AWP. Slacks has been doing quite a lot of damage in these rounds. Stefan, of course. Oh, amazing flick from Mighty Max. And now he's going to be looking for a little bit more as well. The flick from Slacks, though, does close out the round. At least for Mighty Max's perspective. Thomas gets that bomb down. And with the only fully automatic to play with, he needs to be careful here. 2 frags to his name so far, of course, both with that Deagle. aTTaX really don't want to be losing this round. Far from it, actually. Slacks does drop the AWP, chains out for the M4. And they hear the push. They know what sort of angles are going to be holding here. Thomas holds a mean close angle there. Oh, a little bit of damage from a teammate onto Surreal, but Thomas, 4 frags to his name. Oh, and an AWP recovered as well. A 5th round for Endpoint. Now just 2 rounds away from leveling this out. 3 rounds back to back would secure them the half. A great eco buy there from Endpoint. And while it didn't look likely off the back of that opening frag onto Robin, they were indeed able to close it out. That pop flash as well might actually secure Robin's fate, and it does. Murbit now, with that frag onto the pocket AK, upgrades himself to his big brother. And now is looking for 1 more in Mighty Max. Does spot him out. The spray connects. Crucial picks up a frag for himself as well. And, well, after ecoing the opponents, it looks like Endpoint are about to get ecoed themselves. They spotted the cross on Sprunk there, and they are indeed going to be able to take him out. But that could have gone wrong quite early on into that. 3 versus 3. 2 AKs recovered by alternate attack. Not fully lurked round as of yet. Still only a single player stacked up in the form of Slacks. Not too much utility to play with in this round either. Murbit does have a Molotov and a flash as well, so he's still going to be kind of the second line of defence. They've creeped up onto this site very carefully. Molotov is going to go down nade as well. And if Thomas dies here, I don't think he's going to be too upset. He has gained a lot of information and got that bomb planted. But aTTaX really shouldn't have let that happen. They didn't have any people situated in a position to be able to take down any lurking players. Crucial takes down 1 in the form of Slacks just on the edge of that smoke. Stefan repays the favour relatively quickly. Now Thomas and Surreal in a 2 versus 2. Thomas takes down 1. Murbit now running for the hills. It's a 6th round for Endpoint. As they bring themselves within 1. Force buy available for alternate attack if they want, but Germans don't want to commit again. Another eco round for them. This time, not even Deagles across the board. See a Deagle on one, a P250 on another. But USPSs for Scrunk and Stefan. Merbert, of course, with that safe AK. Could attempt to find a frag here, but he is just staying with the rest of his team. As we can see, the 5-man stack all around the base of the crane at this stage. Don't want to give up an inch at this point. Endpoint still clearing out B site as if there were players there. Nothing, of course, to be seen. Thomas has heard the movement behind him. He's still going to be hiding inside a scaffold and doesn't want to give up his position, but he does now. Slacks is the first one to fall. Spots had a second in the form of Merbit, but well, all that's found is a second frag and a second AK. Taps there from Scrunk. Well, he's picked up one of his own now as well. This could get a little bit difficult for Endpoint if aTTaX want to go for this. Looks like they're comfortable saving and trying to take it 8-7. They've been able to recover 2 AKs in this round. aTTaX going to be relatively happy. And while Endpoint do indeed level up the half, don't know if they're going to be too pleased with that. As I mentioned earlier on, their T side, statistically, is better than their CT. I've had a couple of issues closing out maps when playing on the CT side, after a decent T side advantage. For instance, the grand final up against Hafu in the last finals. I believe it was 13... Could be mistaken, but I believe it's 13-5. And they swapped over to the second half. And that comeback from Hafu did take them to overtime. They secured the map, but hopefully they've patched up some of those issues. That nade stack did a lot of damage to Crucial there. Cyril's going to be the first one to fall, though. Traded damage back towards Stefan. Alternate attack with this buy-up, of course. Got a lot of utility in their pockets, so they can indeed form a relatively strong defence here. Scrunk going to be able to take down the first one in front of Miley Max. Slack's still going to be holding inside of mid, expecting some form of re-rotate back towards the B site, but that's not going to be the case. We see the commitment here from Endpoint. The bomb gets tapped at least once, baiting out the Molotov, and that's great from Robin, actually. Baits out the positioning. Robin's able to cross relatively scot-free. Not the best Molotov placement from him in that situation, but 5-man retake for alternate attack. We need to see a fantastic hold from Endpoint here. But damage being dealt to all 3 players. And Thomas falling quite early on into this could be their downfall. Is Stefan going to be pushing on through the smoke? Along with Cressy as well. Bomb's just been tapped for the first time, but look at this push. Easily taken down Crucial and Robin, securing that 8th round in our first half, as we are now just about to swap sides. Endpoint need to have a relatively clean half to be able to ensure they take this. Ideally, winning the pistol round. If they can secure that pistol, then they are sorted. Bring it back level. Couple of round advantage. And then hopefully build up enough momentum to be able to close out this game. We are 9 rounds away right now from securing the map. Alternate attack, only 8. Only a single round difference, of course. But if Cyril's making jumps like that, then, well, maybe it's going to be a quick and easy 16-7. Who knows? Both teams, of course, still just going to be getting set up for their second half, making sure everyone's ready in a prepared state. Don't want to have anything distracting them, so they can move in. Endpoint, of course, I believe, looking for their 4th victory this season of MDL. We'll double check that, but I believe they're 3-1. Lot of noise being made by alternate attack here on the A site. Endpoint haven't peaked this as of yet. Crucial going to be opening up the round with fantastic one-tap onto Scrunk. Looking just a little bit more now. Cressy is going to be able to trade it back. But that might make them rethink how they play this, because Endpoint, that's the only player that's shown and really disrupted the momentum of alternate attack. Their T side now looking a little bit sloppier than we would have expected. Endpoint falling back. They want to allow alternate attack to be able to get this bomb planted, just so they can take this on a retake. Ney going to be deployed, does a lot of damage down to Stefan now in a 4 versus 4 retake scenario. Hopefully Endpoint have been practicing. And they have indeed been able to retake the site with relative ease. But Cressy takes one back, takes out Cyril. Stefan takes down 2 of his own. Mighty Max! An amazing 2k there to be able to finish out both of those 2 pushing players all the way from construction. Rushing now directly onto the site, takes down a 3rd, looks for the 4th as well, but instead just going to hold the bomb. Is Mervic going to be expecting him to hold this? I don't think he is. Mighty Max almost able to get that defuse, milliseconds away with that defuse kit as well, sticking it. But it doesn't pay off. Alternate attack. They get the round victory and they get the bomb planted. The 1 versus 4 was looking likely. Just 1 kill out. Nevertheless, a deco buy up from Team Endpoint. Eagles across the board. Utility behind them as well. Really committing into this round. They know they can't let alternate attack gain too much momentum on this T side or it will spiral out of control. Potentially the boost here from Mighty Max and Crucial, but instead of that, they are just going to be stacking and waiting for that push coming from construction. Not too much noise being made by the T side right now. Of course, Utility being chucked down. Does give up the play. They know the alternate attack are going to begin pushing off the back of this. Crucial going to be holding that smoke. You can hear the spam of that Mac 10. Cressy's going to be the first one to take real damage though. Drop down to 60. Still a lot of utility to play with on both sides. Nate deployed, dropping Scrunk down a bit. They haven't pushed on through here. Crucial looking to get quite aggressive. He's completely blind though. Isn't able to find that opening frag. It's going to go to the hands of Scrunk instead. Now picks up an AK. And look at this. They continue their aggressive push. Nay's going to be deployed. Stephanie's going to fall due to it. Mighty Max now looking to push up towards Orange Box. But Cyril, so much damage, but no frag gained. Close range, onto Scrunk, Deagle shots connect, Cyril looking for one more, spotted someone cross over to Sandbags, Thomas upgrades himself to that Mac 10, now they are going to be looking for damage, they're looking to be able to secure out this round, Slaz really wide peaks off the back of that, Cressy taken down, Thomas picks up another, now Slaz in a 1 versus 3, he's got the AK, the stronger weapon, he isn't going to be able to secure the round though, a great round for Endpoint to be able to secure there, they took a lot of casualties though, so not going to be as clean as they like. But it does indeed ensure they can force buy into this round with at least MP9s. With Mighty Max, well, picking up a big rifle instead. Great eco rounds from the British squad. Clearly one of their staples. I don't think there's any real question about that. We see it time and time again. Endpoint just coming off the back of these eco rounds, able to enforce into the next. But unfortunately, we have been seeing that after winning those, and not just Endpoint, but just kind of in general, a lot of teams have been committing into this kind of playstyle where you miss the first round, even if it's relatively close. Obviously, it went down to 1 versus 1 in Endpoint situation on this second half. They were confident they can take the second, so they forced buy into the round. I'm seeing tons of teams do this. But then that third round doesn't seem to stick. The economy's in such a fragmented place that they've had to force up. They try and get aggressive because they know they're on SMGs. And sometimes it just doesn't pan out because alternate attack, getting that bomb planted, getting a couple of those frags, they are still able to buy up a couple of rifles. And we see 3 rifles in the hands of the T side right now. As Murbit knows that Robin plays that close with that MP9, especially on a force buy round like this. It does mean he takes minimal damage, but it's damage nevertheless. Stefan and Murbit, of course, dropping relatively low. So they're going to have a tough time moving into the rest of this round. Crucial, just jump peeking this. Usually an angle that I believe we see... I think it's Thomas or Mighty Max play on ramp. We saw it a lot in their game in the Hellcase Cup between S Gaming. Getting tons of ground just by peeking out behind those sandbags on ramp. Finding out if there's anyone down there, getting all that info. Clearly hasn't worked out in this round, but they haven't lost anyone for it, so it's not gone too badly. Of course, the SMGs now looking to come into their own. Crucial. Here's that bomb getting planted. Is able to take down Cressy and opens up the site. Potentially, one of them could just jump straight down here with a smoke deployed and get this defused. It is in a tight corner, though, so easy to be able to take down any bomb diffuser if they hear it get tapped. They really need to take the fight onto these guys. They've tapped it once, potentially forcing out this push. High flash comes on through, but no one peeks it. Team Endpoint are going to be getting aggressive here, and they're happy to. More than happy to. Surreal now with that MP9 up close and personal. Takes down 2. Now on a 2 versus 1. They really need to start sticking this. Surreal does have a defuse kit. Stefan's on 2 HP. An easy frag for Crucial, but more than enough time for Surreal to be able to close out the round. 9-8 currently. Very swiftly moves to 9-9 as we move into the 4th round of our second half. Team Endpoint looking now to shut out alternate attack. They don't have a full buy in this round, of course. Same cannot be said for the CTs. Rifles on 4, an SMG on 1 in the form of Thomas. He's happy with that. Through the opening pick. Thomas. Very rare for him not to get those sort of frags. Mighty Max is going to be able to pick up pieces, though. Takes down 3 in relatively quick succession, and now going to be looking for Murbit. They know he's there, but Crucial is going to be able to finish it out. Realistically, Thomas dying there. Well, 1 shouldn't have happened. Thomas doesn't usually lose those sort of fights, especially against a Tex 9, but at that sort of range, I can understand why, maybe. Caught off guard, it's a bit of an off angle. You usually expect someone to be on the ramp of scaffold instead of anything else. But of losing those 2 players, it could have hurt them if their economy was in a worse spot. It's not, though, thankfully. As they now move into the lead with a 10th round. Double digits on the board for them. Endpoint of being incredibly fluid in this round so far, instead of just stacking multiple players onto a single site like we saw alternate attack do round after round. We saw them stack 3 players up on A almost every single round due to that utility usage quite early on from Endpoint. We are seeing Endpoint stack up those 3 players. If nothing's there, then rotate them round to B. Mighty Max then gets in position inside the mid after a boost. Quite a free-flowing squad, of course. After a little bit of utility is then deployed from alternate attack, they do then stick the sites. Smoke, flashes, molotovs, you name it, all going to be shut down. But you see a push through from Skrunk. An interesting one from him. Definitely not what I would have expected. No bullets fired out of his gun. Does bring us back down to a 4 versus 4, of course, but should have been significantly cleaner if you think about it. Thomas and Robin picking up frags of their own, now in a 2 versus 4. Bomb nowhere near being planted as it gets taken down. Murbit Oh, let's rip the head off of Thomas, though. Recovers that bomb. But with only 10 seconds remaining, they really need to get this bomb planted, using the orange boxes as their defense. Chrissy takes down 2. Looks for the 3rd as well with former Surreal, and he's got to be careful how he plays this. And a round which realistically Endpoint should have won. It's a 4 versus 2, remember. They really did just bring it down to a number of individual 1 versus 1s. The bomb got planted. Chrissy was on point holding that. There's definitely one of the players that they need to be careful of. Need to kind of be afraid of an alternate attack as well. Has had a relatively strong performance across most of the maps that he's played. This one no different right now. Crucial. One of the 2 players on Endpoint who have indeed forced up into this round. Robin being the other. Deagle's on the rest of the squads. Surreal takes a lot of damage here as well, actually. Cressy just blind spamming through that smoke. Can they find anything? No, they cannot. Oh, a frag there for Crucial. Brings us back down to a 4 versus 4. Utility now going to be deployed by the T side. Thomas. He's kind of already expecting this. Spots out Cressy. That's the bomb going down now as well. Weapon isn't really recoverable right now as he knows that there's going to be enemies continuing to push. But that's at 2k. Great defense from the Deagle player there. And Robin picks up one more as he gets boosted. Now Murbit in a 1 versus 3. Of course, 14 kills to his name. Looking to move that up just a little bit more. 17 potentially within his grasp. Uses both friendly and enemy smoke to his full advantage. But as they begin to dissipate, Robin's going to be able to spot him out. Takes a lot of damage for his trouble, but they do indeed secure one more round. An 11th for Endpoint. 5 rounds remaining for them. Another eco from alternate attack. The only one forcing up into this round, of course, is Stefan. He's got excess money. With Cressy as well, they want to just bring themselves kind of in line with their teammates' economy. Don't want to fragment anything early on into this. And now we see a rush straight down mid. This could be devastating if Crucial is able to not hit his first shot. That is Crucial. He hits those every single day of the week. Thomas takes down 2. A 3rd picked up quite early on into that as well. Now does just leave Stefan. And a 1 versus 5. Deagle shot connects onto Max, but it's not a frag. Crucial, he misses all his bullets onto him. And this round is all but over. A 12th Endpoint. It looks like they have indeed fixed the issues they were having on the CT side. Some of these rounds, yes, they have been a little bit sloppy. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But alternate attack just haven't been able to fight against it. They've got a full buy now, of course. So it's not fair to judge them on that previous round. It being an eco and all. But we have seen the sort of damage that these pistol buy-ups can do. Endpoint, of course, clutching out a couple of rounds because of them. Alternate attack. They've done 1, I believe. Nice nade damage there from Mighty Max. They are just going to be spamming the top of that box, waiting for the boost from an AWP or something along those lines. But now we see the lineups. Murbit, not sure why he's shut that one in complete honesty. Has an inkling that there is someone inside of mid, and well, there is indeed. Crucial. Hasn't been forced off the angle due to it. Hasn't given up his position. Incredibly slow round for alternate attack, considering how fast these usually are. Murbit really trying to block off mid here with this bait. Potentially to throw Endpoint off, but it doesn't look like it's worked. They've just thrown all of that kind of false information away as they just sprint up ramp. They're not going quietly at all. They're just going to burst straight onto a site, but Minimax is going to be holding this angle. He's going to be expecting them. He can hear them. He's raised down one, looks for a second, but it's Crucial picked up that one. That's the bomb down. With only 20 seconds remaining, this round is looking all but over for alternate attack. They won't be able to push onto the site unless they can get these frags with relative ease. They pick up one as former Murbit. Still got Crucial on the site with the AWP, Surreal and Robin to back them up, and now Murbit, with only 5 seconds remaining, has to save. The T side leaving that so late. The 13th round secured. As we move in to the 9th round of our second half. Another fragmented buy for alternate attack here. They haven't been able to make Endpoint budge an inch. They've only picked up 2 rounds in the second half so far. Now, securing the first half, 8-7. Sure, it's only 1 round difference, but it is still a lead coming into the second. Should really be doing a lot more blasting into the second round. Speaking about blasting into it, Slaz is able to take down Minimax, and, well, that does now allow 2 of the players from alternate attack to be able to pick up weapons. We've got the Mac 10 on Slacks. He is only on 4 HP. And, of course, that recovered M4. Crucial with the nade. He knows that damage has been dealt, but damage dealt to the wrong player. Oh, only 2 damage to Slacks there. If it bounced just a millimetre to the right. Still a 5 versus 4. ESEA is looking almost guaranteed from alternate attack right now. Slats is going to be the point man. He's only got 2 HP to his name, so he is very much going into this as the information player. Get legged by Crucial, but he is going to get taken down by the Mac 10. Cressy now still up close with that Mac 10, looking for more damage, and they're going to be deployed. Oh no, Robin's rethought it. Careful how he wants to throw this. It lands directly onto the site. It deals damage to Mr. Bit, but they have no idea that Cressy's holding this close to him. Mac 10. Robin doesn't even check it. He does get taken down by it as well. Now Surreal in a 1 versus 3. A winnable round. Spots out one. Tries to go for the smoke frag, but Stefan gets there first. 13-11. 2 players from alternate attack surviving there. But of course, with a number of rounds won from Endpoint back to back, they do still have a full buy into this. Not as much as if they were able to take more of these rounds a little bit more clean. But it is indeed a start. A spray there from Surreal, but he's not going to come out on top this time though. The Molotov really did hinder him, but Stefan just going to walk right through it as well. Drop down to 34 HP. Cressy now on 10. An opportunity for Endpoint being presented. Slow around now. Fortunate attack after the explosive start. But Robin's expecting this. Look at this. He sees the util come over. He doesn't give up his position. They have no idea he's holding this. Strunk on the edge of the Molotov there, actually. He's lucky to still be alive. The second Robin peeks this, he's about to go absolutely ballistic, and he does take down 2, but the auto director doesn't want us to see any of it. Minimax picks up one of his own as well in the form of Stefan, and now we have Slacks and Murbit. They need to begin their rotation back, but the bomb is lost. It's dropped down by where Robin was originally positioned. He somehow falls back off that angle, doesn't get traded out. With only 30 seconds remaining, alternate attack really need to push onto this and grab the bomb. They don't have time to rotate over to A. If they want to make this play, they need to blast onto the B site now. But Minimax is there for the defense. Takes down the AWP in form of Slacks. But wow, a great shot from Murbit. He does finish out the round, at least in his dreams. Plants it now. Here's Robin at wide peak, and that's all Robin needs to do. Realistically, Robin didn't even need to get that frag. He just needed to force that plant to stop going down. Now we have a 14th round on the board for Endpoint. Great use of timing there, of course, alternate attack. They did leave that substantially later than most of the rounds I have been playing. And that seems to be their downside. The 3 rounds they've won so far in this half, 2 of them have been quick plays. The only one that they were able to play slow was the round before last, and secured that victory. But I feel like we need to see a little bit more of the kind of very quick in-contact plays and just getting up in Endpoint's face. Because Endpoint, they're basically ready for anything on this map. Oh, Mervic can hit the scope. Is he going to be able to take down Crucial, though? He deals damage through the smoke himself. Looks for one more, but is Mervic going to be expecting this? Spots him on the edge of it. 2 frags going to the way of alternate attack. Surreal going to be holding that close angle once again, and it's not going to pay off this time. The angle that Robin held last round. Bows. Surreal's death. Money Max pushing up close with that UMP. Leaves Thomas now in a 1 versus 4. Now, in all honesty, Thomas is one of those players who could burst onto that site and get a 4K and close out the round, but he isn't going to. The economy for Endpoint is not in a stable enough position for them to be able to commit into this. Thomas is just going to save it. Allow alternate attack to take a 12th, and this is what we need to see. Like I said, if you get up in Endpoint's face, if you really rush them, clearly that was a nice setup from them, though. There's no question about that. They were indeed able to flank on out towards mid. Cressy with a great rotate there to be able to take down Thomas, of course. Now he's really going to throw a spanner into the works of Endpoint's next play. Potentially going to be buying up around that AWP. Did give them a chance in this round, but now I wouldn't be surprised if we don't even see Deagles brought up. It looks like we are going to be seeing a bit of a force, though, from Endpoint. Another deco buy. Are they able to find anything with it this time, though? Aggression from alternate attacks, though. They're giving up their position once again. The audio cues have been heard. Of course, Endpoint, they're not being relatively quiet either. Slacks is just, once again, giving up more and more information here. Endpoint know it's coming. And that's either confidence from attack or sloppiness. Unfortunately, we won't be able to tell which one it is until the end of the round. 2 rounds in it for Endpoint. They can win this, it'll put them in an amazing position about to close out the game. Nade deployed, does a lot of damage to Money Max. Crucial gets tagged a little bit as well. Money Max does fall to the fire as it spreads just a little bit too far. He's not going to be too pleased with that one. Doesn't get to deal any damage in this round. But these Deagles, we know they can be lethal. Let's see what Crucial can do. As the smoke comes down, he expects the push, but wow, Stefan through the smoke spots him out just as it plumes. And is able to finish the job now in a 3 versus 5 situation. And it looks like Endpoint are just going to be, well, they're saving these Deagles. Saving the Deagles, saving the full armor. And a little bit of utility on Surreal and Thomas as well. It does ensure a full buy for at least these 3 players in this next round. But it's going to give alternate attack a 3rd. 13th. You know, I just missed 10 rounds off. It's 14 to 13 now. And Endpoint could potentially be on the ropes here. We're going to have a full buy from alternate attack. The Germans are going to have to pick this one up. Are Endpoint going to be able to commit, though? They could force into this. Thomas, Robin, Surreal, they can buy SMGs if they want to. But instead, with their economy as low as it is, and with the loss bonus being basically non-existent, they're only going to be able to keep these 3 deagles. They knew that this was realistic, their only opportunity. An almost guaranteed 14-14 unless Thomas, Robin and Cyril perform an absolute miracle in this round. Utility deployed on B. Cyril called out that he hears the movement. We don't see a rotate from the rest of Endpoint though. It's just going to be Cyril defending here. Smoke goes down to be able to stop any form of real push through it. But it doesn't look like alternate attack are really going to be caring about that. They're still going to begin their push. Taking it a bit slower though. A little more defensive. And this is why we didn't see the rotate from Endpoint at the beginning. They wanted to make sure that as many players as possible were on the site. Cressy gets spotted out first from Cyril. Doesn't really have time to be able to go and recover the weapon. He does get spotted out by Skrunk. Damage going to be dealt. Nate going to be deployed now from Skrunk as well. But they still take this slow. Money Max on the lurk. Does get D'd down by Slacks. He expected the rotate. I think he heard some form of movement. A boost here potentially from Robin and Cyril. But the stack there does wonders. They take down 2. Skrunk picks up 1 more. But it's just not enough as the round finishes. Going to the way of alternate attack. We now, of course, see a full buy for Endpoint. Without committing anything into that previous round. It's not the best of buys. But depending on these angles, it could indeed be enough. It's 14-14. A level playing field between these 2 teams. A full buy on both, with the exception of Slacks, who instead of going for one of these rifles like every other person in the game, has gone for an AWP instead. Just wants to be looking for that opening pick. And if he can find it, he could put a dent in the team Endpoint armor. Money Max still going to be jump peeking down ramp just to see if he can find out something. But alternate attacks, they're leaving it late once again. They're still unsure about how they want to play this. As the flash comes on through, and Max hears the movement. He knows this is now indeed an A push. He calls for the rotate from the rest of the squad. But not everyone's convinced. Crucial's still going to be holding mid. Cyril's still going to be holding B. And unless they try and get a flank on here, it's really not going to work out in their favour. But with only 33 seconds remaining on the clock, alternate attack needs to burst onto this site relatively quickly. 27 seconds remaining. Money Max with the opening frag. Looks for that secondary frag as well on the AWP of Slacks, but isn't going to be able to find it. Bomb now down. They really need to recover this relatively quickly. 19 seconds left. They really need to push here. But the frags from Thomas is quite huge there. That stops any form of re-rotate for alternate attack. Money Max is stacked up behind these 2 players. He knows what he's doing. Another frag for him to be able to close out the round as Slacks gets a no-scope onto Cyril, but it's not enough. We move into round number 30. 15-14 with a full buy available from both sides once again. The economy bolstering for alternate attack. Potentially a double up setup if they want it. They haven't done it once this game. Can't really see them doing it on round number 30. Crucial picking up an AWP finally. He hasn't been depending on it as much as we are used to seeing him on it. Matt's going to be the first one to take some form of damage in this round. It's only minimal, I believe, from a frag. But back to his normal spot by Sandbags. Potentially to be jiggle peeking in just a couple of moments. A lot of util being deployed inside of mid again. And with this setup from alternate attack, it looks like they are going for that B push again. And this is usually this most we see them throw. Bait out that mid rotate. Then push up the stairs. But they haven't done it yet. They made all this noise on the B site to bait out the rotates from Endpoint. And for once it's worked. Now they're going to begin their rotate round towards A. But Crucial's in such a great spot here. And unless it's the AWPer from alternate attack that peaks first. Unless it Slacks. It's not going to go very well for him. Crucial misses the shot. Now, that is not something I expected to be saying in that engagement at all. He's really got to pick up at least one here. And Thomas picks up one in form of Scrunk. Still on the site. Gets his head trampled on. Where's also an attack? They haven't committed fully into this round as of yet, with only 15 seconds remaining. They really need to. A lot of utility being deployed. Crucial getting boosted up. He needs to look for this frag onto the AWP of Slacks. Bomb's going to go down in the corner. Crucial waiting for this smoke to change, but it's not going to. And a 3 versus 2 now. It's looking dire for Endpoint. Thomas has no idea that Cressy's holding this tight of an angle. Holding behind Pillar. Potentially could have fell to his death, but that's not going to be the case. Flash goes out. Are they going to check this? I don't think they are. They actually do! Thomas deals damage. Crucial takes down one. Now the AWP versus the AWP. Crucial wins this. It could be huge. He's going to be able to start holding the bomb. He looks for that angle on Slacks. Slacks is fully expecting it, but he falls. It's 16-14 to Endpoint. But it was close. Alternate attack, of course. They knew exactly how to play against them.